¿Qué es la que hay, corillo?
Welcome back to episode number 5. I know you guys have been waiting for this one. Sorry we've taken a little bit, but as most of you know, we do anime reactions and we do Hill House reactions and Game of Thrones reactions. And this one, we kind of just like, it was like a filler and then it just became a lot. So we've been leaving this one like for the back end. But yes, we're back to it. We hope to finish this one this week. Not making any promises. This is wishful thinking. So yeah, they said this is the episode that's it's gonna be like kind of like hard to watch.
They've been saying that for the last 3 episodes.
Well,
they all tough, like.
Yes, but I think this is like the one that gets like in depth of like what it is that they lived on a day-to-day basis with their parents. So, and then out of the questions that I made on the last episode about why didn't they leave, thank you guys like for ¿cómo se dice eso? Basically pointing me in the right direction and giving me like perspective, because I had my perspective, but like I said, there's a lot of more people like into like in depth with the actual, story of the boys. So
yeah, there's a lot of people following this case.
Yeah.
Like, and you guys have been awesome on the comments, like explaining everything.
Yeah.
I seen some comments like
yeah.
big paragraph.
Yeah, we read them.
Like,
we read them.
But one of the things is that a lot of people saying that they were kind of like childish mentally.
Yeah, yes, I saw that one. So
when I read that, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
You can totally understand that, because if you raise kids to be completely 100% dependent on you, that's all they know. You know what I'm saying? So we are definitely going to watch the documentary once we're done with this. So stay tuned for that. And then we are thinking about expanding a little bit more into documentaries and true crime and all that. So if you guys have any recommendations
please.
on what you think we should watch and stuff like that. I'm a junkie, a true crime junkie. And when I say that, I actually listen to this podcast called Crime Junkie. And if you guys like this type of thing, I love her. Mm-hmm. So if you guys have any recommendations, just put it down in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and take it away, Alex, in Spanish.
Bueno, corillo, venimos con el número 5 de Monster. Vamos a estar tratando de cachar el final de esta serie. Vamos a darle con todo para terminarla. So, si nos estás viendo por YouTube, trata de cacharnos en Patreon, que seguramente allá en varios días vamos a estar terminando ya esta serie. Aquí pues en YouTube va a seguir saliendo una vez a la semana, ¿verdad? Si no me equivoco.
Algo más o menos así, porque esta fue más o menos como que la metimos ahí de chiripa.
Sí, esta no estaba en el schedule. Y nosotros tenemos un día de la semana para cada serie. Esta la metimos ahí en nuestro tiempo, como quien dice.
Porque nos interesó un montón, ¿verdad?
Pero nada, corillo, si tienen alguna recomendación, algún otro documental que quieres que reaccionemos, que quieres que sigamos, déjalo en los comentarios. Vamos a estar haciendo también el documental de este caso, que nos están pidiendo mucho. So, cuando terminemos la serie vamos a estar haciendo ese documental, así que pendiente a eso.
Vamos allá, let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, Erik. Sorry.
It's okay. There's nothing else to do.
Ugh, I know, right? It's just terrible you're locked up in here. But that is what I am here for, right?
No.
You don't smoke, do you?
No, never.
Good. It is a disgusting habit, and I will never kick it. I know it. I wish I never started.
Yeah, my dad smoked. So just all.
See, now that I had that in mind about they had like a childish mentality. Mm-hmm. I see that on them. Like,
getting into this role has got to be like, it's ridiculous, because it definitely gives you another perspective.
Definitivo.
Like, brutal, está actuando como todo un nene chiquito.
Yeah.
Que estaban diciendo, se te olvidó decir esa parte en los comentarios, que están poniendo, lo estamos leyendo, que es que por qué no se fueron o por qué se quedaron y todo, y es porque pues mentalmente ellos no tenían la edad, ¿sabes?
Ellos son un poco infantil de mentalidad, so, a la hora de tomar decisiones así, como que ¿qué hacemos con nuestra vida? No sabemos para dónde ir, cómo hacerlo.
Yeah.
Sí encontraron la forma de matar a los papás, so hay que tener eso en perspectiva, pero...
That is true.
always disgusted me.
Good.
Just the smell of it in his mouth.
Well, I always try to chew a piece of gum after.
No, it doesn't bother me with you.
Okay, good. Don't ever start, okay?
Listo.
En la mira
So-
con un ojo.
Yeah. So,
Dame eso.
How you doing in here?
I think it's more of
not,
he looks at
not
her
great.
on the
Sure.
she cares.
But you're eating now, yeah?
Yeah, it's more that, ever since they found that letter and Lyle got moved, I've been here in 7,000 by myself now. Kinda. I found a friend who's just made being in here easier. But, on Saturday, he was just gone.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't know whether they moved him or where he went, but
Well, I'm sorry.
it was just out of nowhere, so I've just been feeling kind of,
Lonesome.
yeah.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
I mean, he was lucky
Erik,
to
I'm
be sharing a blog with his brother. Like,
He was like, I had no idea they even permitted that.
but I think it's like you said at the beginning. Like, maybe it was like a strategy.
And it worked.
Yeah. I
Claro.
mean,
Sorry about what?
Okay, era en español, Dios mío. You're,
Que-
you're
que
not
yo no
getting this whole
entiendo-
bilingual thing, are you?
yo no entiendo cómo diantre los tenían a ellos en el mismo bloque al principio de que los metieron presos, porque like, tener a los dos hermanos en el mismo bloque
Yeah.
es tricky, pero a la misma vez, como Verónica dijo al principio, que era más como una estrategia para ver si ellos se hablaban.
Y funcionó, claro.
Y funcionó porque le cogieron la carta, que no decía mucho la carta, pero
Oh, yes, it did. It had an escape plan on it.
un escape plan, pero no decía una confesión o algo
Yeah,
más allá
sure,
de lo que
yeah.
ya decían los tapes, ¿me entiendes?
By the way, if I don't look at you, my neck really hurts and I can't look that way.
You can look at me through the...
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
We have to talk about now.
Okay.
Because, you know, I talked to Lyle.
Yeah,
and
I know.
Lyle's lawyer, Jill, was there too. And I actually asked Jill if I could just come talk to you alone today.
Oh, okay.
And she was okay with that.
I think I prefer this.
Okay, good. Because I talked to Lyle about the things you told Dr. Vickery.
Yeah.
And, you know, rough stuff with Lyle, but with your dad too, and the objects and the things that Lyle did to you,
Starting
but
to
also
feel
the
uncomfortable.
things he knew that were going on with you and your dad, and
Yeah.
how he thought it had stopped, and when he
Ya lo corillo, sorry. Se me olvidó poner los subtítulos en español y a Verónica también. Llevamos, ¿cuánto?
Dos minutos. Dos
Sorry.
minutitos nada más.
found out it hadn't.
Yeah,
that-
all of that.
Yeah, and Lyle told you about his experience with your dad, with the abuse, yeah?
Yes, that's what we, in the days leading up to that night, that's what we talked about, kind of for the first time. Like we were comparing notes, I guess
Sure.
you could say. But not in a happy way. Like it was good to finally talk about it, to have it be out in the open.
Okay, and just to ask, just to say it out loud, you believe him, yeah?
Yeah. I know he's telling the truth.
Yes.
What am I supposed to?
No, so do I. I just want to keep underlining that for all of us is all. That however much you loved this man, he was a monster. And that what he did was real. And so, you know, I think that Lyle's point of view is that however bad he had it, and I really do get this feeling from him, that he feels you had it worse.
Okay, question, and this is where I'm at, because I can sympathize, but here's where and I need you guys to understand, this is where my mind is at, my brain. Maybe you guys can steer me in the right direction. So he killed his parents, and he felt like he needed to tell somebody. So that's when he went to Dr. Oziel and told him, "Oh my God, I'm feeling so guilty. This and this and that." And maybe now saying it out loud, I'll answer my own question. Why didn't he ever, if he was feeling so trapped in the house, and again with all the sexual abuse, why didn't he say anything? Wasn't he feeling that same way?
To the doctor?
Yeah, to any doctor at all.
So remember that the doctor, Osil, was like a family doctor at that point because the dad was who took them over there. because of the case they
Yeah.
catch, you know. And
True, but now that I said it,
at
yeah.
the beginning, in the last episode, the dad was the one talking to the doctor, and he specifically said, and they put that on the series, that they're going over there just to talk about what happened, the stealing and shit. They're not going to be talking anything about the family.
That's true.
And they were there listening to his dad, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe if he opened up to the doctor, he, you know.
The doctor would, he was, tenían en la cabeza that the doctor was going to say something to the parents and then all hell would break loose and stuff. Yeah, okay, I can understand that part.
And I mean, I don't know if that's supposed to happen, but in reality, if you go to a doctor and somebody is in danger, I think he's allowed to go to the police or something, right?
I believe so, yeah.
If somebody's in danger.
Si alguien te denuncia in that part, yes, yes. You have, I think you have the obligation to report it. It's not you can, I think you have the obligation. Because you're a reporting person, something like that, I remember it was. So lo que estoy preguntando es que como que yo me siento como que en sí y no, que a veces le creo, a veces no, y es porque él fue el que choteó, básicamente él confesó al doctor. So yo digo, porque entonces no le confesó al doctor que lo estaban abusando. So es como que me hace sentir como que decidieron decir lo que les convenía en el momento, pero de que Alexander lo que está diciendo es como que el psicólogo, que es Dr. Rossio, que el que tenía los tapes, las grabaciones, él era un doctor de familia. So es verdad, iban ahí como familia y solamente estipularon de que iban a hablar de los robos, no de más nada. So ya.
Sí, el papá fue que los tenía ahí como que bien asustado. Y acuérdate que cuando él confesa ya después que el papá está muerto. Él no le tiene miedo al papá.
True.
El papá está muerto ya.
Yeah, he confesses when the dad is dead, you're right.
Yeah.
So not, he doesn't have to fear anything at that point. That's true. Shut up.
Yeah, it was much worse.
Can you?
Sure.
I just need you right now, if you can, to just tell me everything.
Yeah, okay.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Where should I start?
I know, it's awful. Well, I guess I would just ask, do you remember when it started?
Yeah. Well, it kind of seems like it was always happening because, I was always afraid of him.
Your dad or Lyle?
My dad. I was never afraid of Lyle. I always felt like Lyle was my my protector.
Even when he was abusing you?
Yeah, he wasn't. I just mean that, like, my earliest memories are of running away. I was like 5 or something, and I wouldn't get far. I would just get to my aunt's house, just a few blocks down. And it was like, well, because that's what Lyle said when he found out it was still, he was like mad, right? And he said, Erik, how could you let this happen? Like, do you like it or something? Because you could just run away. And I was like, well, because they always come find me. Every time I tried, they would find me, and it just would get worse. So
running away never helped?
No. My mom and my dad and my whole family, they were like this octopus that you could never escape from.
Because their tentacles
Okay.
would come and grab you. Or
Yeah, something like that. As
So
far
that's
as when it
crazy.
started-
The way he put it is like, I feel like this always happened porque my earliest memory, it was already happening. So it's not that it started around 6 years old. It's that
He
my
remembers.
earliest memory is
Yeah.
around 6 years old,
So you
and it
don't
was
know.
happening.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And to run away to your aunt's house, and then again, if this is true, where is the aunt? Why did you run away?
Porque la tía se lo va a dar de vuelta.
Exactly. Why like, did he speak up? Did he say something? Como que él dijo algo, llegó hasta casa de la tía, ok, pero está bien. ¿Y qué? ¿Qué hizo la tía?
And about the brother, I mean, if you think about it, you have a brother. I have a brother, older brother, and I can see his point that I never felt that way with my brother because, like, if you think about it, cuando pasan las cosas con tu hermano, es como que
You have to
tú has
finish it in
tenido
English. You
pelea.
have to finish it in English.
You fight with your brother, like he might hurt you, but at the end of the day, like, you guys are like super close.
Yeah.
and you always got
Yeah.
each back, each other's back. So es como que a lo mejor él no lo vio de la misma forma.
Of course he didn't see it that way. I don't
So-
think he saw it that way at all. He saw it, and I think that's what defines him as his characteristic. Como que Erik is a very sympathetic person, and I think he sympathized in the fact that I was getting hurt, my brother was getting hurt. That's what he learned. In his head, he's like, he's doing it because our dad is a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Como que él sabe que el papá fue el que lo llevó a hacer eso. So, lo que dice Ale es que al tú ver a tu hermano, que yo tengo hermano, Alexander tiene hermano, como que uno se pelea y qué sé yo, pero siguen siendo familia.
Exacto.
Y aunque obviamente no es como pelear con los papás que le estaban literalmente haciendo daño, él no veía lo que estaba haciendo Lyle como algo malo. Era como que...
Sí, porque uno se pelea con su hermano, tu hermano te puede herir, te puede lastimar y qué sé yo, pero después a la misma vez te defiende,
Yeah.
Juega contigo. So, hay momentos buenos, hay momentos malos, pero son malos momentos buenos,
Yeah.
¿me entiendes? Versus el papá, que eran malos momentos malos.
Exacto. Yeah, for real.
Lyle thinks I was 6, and that seems right.
Well, that's when your father started with him.
Right.
So that makes some sense.
Yeah, and I didn't.
What?
Well, that's when I had Coach Wadlington. I was 6 when I started with him, and I remember it was happening around then, or, well, the massages did.
Erik, what?
It didn't start out bad,
Yeah.
It would just be after tennis or after swimming, and
Go on.
well,
Spill it.
I knew that my dad didn't like me.
How do you mean?
Just, he was always so mean. He loved Lyle, but he didn't love me. And I could tell, but he would also say it. He'd call me these names, and they were just...
What kind of
Just
names?
stuff you shouldn't say to a kid, like stupid or faggot.
Okay.
And so then you're always trying to impress him or to not make him mad. And my mom she would do it too. They would gang up on me. Like, if I said I was scared of the closet, they'd lock me in the closet until I stopped screaming. And
Damn.
I mean, they were laughing, so I knew I wasn't gonna die, but still, it was just like, why would you do that? Or the basement.
They'd lock you in the basement?
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
because I was scared of it. It was to toughen me up. And
I mean, okay.
How long?
I get
Just
toughening up kids because I'm sure we can agree. Like, we have kids. Like, we'll turn off the light and leave the door a little bit open to see if they get over it. But at this point, like, man, I just give them a damn light. Like, put on some music or something. But locking them in, and we've seen this in other cases too. Like, that's just harsh. Like, to me, that's just harsh.
Terrible.
That's just fucking harsh. Eso está a otro nivel. Como que eso es no sé cómo decir harsh en español.
No, encerrar a los niños en el closet o
En el sótano.
hay una forma de tú hacer que los niños
Traten de Overcome their fears.
sí, pero en español.
Que... Sí, que dejen ese miedo.
Exacto,
Que superen ese miedo.
superen los miedos, pero por ejemplo, qué sé yo,
That's more trauma.
la
You're
teoría
causing more-
vieja de que si tú no sabes nadar, te vamos a tirar a la piscina, al medio de la
No.
piscina, no funciona, ¿me entiendes?
So, see, it traumatizes you
o-
in the
o-
process.
exacto.
You're creating another trauma in the process. Estás creando otro trauma en el proceso.
It's a
Como que-
50-50 chance, o vives o te mueres.
Literal, yeah.
Es un gamble que uno no puede tomar con la psicología o la mentalidad de los niños, porque o sale bien, o lo superó ya, bien, perfecto, o se trauma el resto de la vida, ¿me entiendes? Como que está cabrón.
all afternoon, or until I stopped crying. And my mom would do it too, but it was mostly my dad.
That's awful.
So, anyways, when your dad thinks you're weak or I don't know, too scared or something, like not tough enough, and well, then you start to think, well, I guess I'm not tough enough, and he's always mad at you. Like, then the times that he's not, and the times when he takes you upstairs and says, let's take a shower, and he was Well, at first he was like he was finally nice, you know, like to see that side of him where he was,
Tender.
yeah, because it was like he could stop being mad when no one else was there, but around everyone else, and even when family was over, he would just call you those names, or he would hit you, and everyone saw it. But when it was just you and him, that's when he would
What?
That's when he'd tell me that he loved me.
When he was abusing you.
Yeah. It wasn't. It was just the massages at first, like with oil, or he would have his shirt off, and I'd just be in my shorts or something, and it was.
What?
All the other stuff hadn't started yet, and then so it was just like time being with my dad, where I felt like he cared about me, and
Manipulation at its finest.
it was just me and him, and that was good. Like, those were my favorite memories.
And then the massages changed.
Yes. He would say, turn over, and he would do my front.
And by friend.
He'd massage my penis.
Okay.
And so we'd fondle each other. But it still wasn't,
What?
like, it wasn't scary yet, what we were doing. Except I think I didn't want to. Like, I would try not to do it.
The front part?
Yeah, because, you know, he'd be lying on his back, and I'd try to skip that part. And he'd say, no, you have to do that. And just then the mouth massages as I got older, and like Lyle said, with the objects and the toothbrush, and
How old?
definitely second grade, because the toothbrush? Because I remember the day at school afterwards, there was a picture of a toothbrush on the bulletin board or whatever, just about like how you should go to the dentist. And I remember thinking that the toothbrush in the picture wouldn't have hurt as much.
Wow.
And so there were 4 different kinds of sex with my dad. There was nice, which was the,
Oh my god.
well,
There
the
shouldn't be any
massages
type,
came
but okay.
before, but then when he started making me use my mouth, it was too big, and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And doing that to him just seemed really dirty. And
Yeah.
when he did it to me, that was. But to him, the
Disgusting,
naked
man. Just to
he
think
called them
about
naked
it,
mouth
it's like-
massages. And doing that to him felt really dirty.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it. But he would say, you know, you did good, and good boy. And it was just the only time I felt like I had a real relationship with my dad,
That
where I felt
sucks,
that
man.
he
That fucking
did love me.
sucks.
And they'd go on for a long time, the nice sex sessions. Sometimes I'd start to wonder where everybody else was, just because they would go on for so long. And in a lot of ways, even though it felt dirty, it was also like I was the center of the world
Oh,
for
that
once,
fucking
you know?
sucks.
And it also felt,
He felt nice.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Special, you mean?
It's special. There you go.
Go
It's
on.
fucking
the
special.
objects were to get me ready. Lyle and I realized that when we finally,
When you talked about it.
yeah, and that he was preparing our bodies for something
Oh my god.
bigger. And at first, he made me do it to him.
Do.
Sex. Like, to penetrate him. He always said he wanted to teach me how to use my penis. And that felt really dirty
Yeah.
every time, and I didn't like it.
I don't even know what to say.
And,
I don't even know what to fucking say.
What?
you know, in order to do that, you have to be.
Erect.
That's what was so weird about it. that I could ever.
What?
Oh my God, I know what he's gonna say.
Orgasm?
Nope, that went the other
That
way.
was really confusing to me at that age.
Of course it would be.
And then he started to rape me, and that he'd take a slat from underneath the bed and he'd put it under the doorknob so that, and I would cry and it hurt, and he'd say, you know, why can't you be like Lyle? Just be a Menendez and get used to it.
Bro.
And I
Jesus.
just
You have water.
remember feeling so disappointed because he was comparing us again, Lyle and me, like I wasn't good enough again, and like all of the stuff that he'd said about loving me, like that was just gone, or like that had never even like happened.
How often did this happen?
The just sex, like 2 or 3 times a month.
From when?
Like junior high, I think.
So 11. Until
Right before.
right before they died?
Yeah,
Was
just
the last?
just a few months before.
Was the last time?
Yes.
That's
Erik.
outrageous. That's fucking.
You were raped hundreds of times by your father?
Yes. That was just what my life was like.
I'm so sorry, Erik.
It's okay. It's just you kind of
You get through it.
yeah, and you just survive, I guess. And you live for those times when it doesn't happen, you know? And you think like, well, when you do get through it, it's like Christmas morning, you know? And you think, okay, I got through that. I'm not gonna have to do that for a while now. Or maybe because this time it was knees, maybe next time it'll be nice sex, or maybe because
Sorry, knees?
well, that was another one of the. I had different names for things. Knees wasn't my favorite. It'd be when I'd do the mouth massages to him, and he would
What?
finish, I guess, in my mouth, and I
Oh
just
my God.
hated the taste of it. And that's why I started putting the cinnamon into his coffee and putting lemon on my food
Dios
and
mío,
stuff
señor.
You
For
put-
the
to make it taste better. But so if I had done that or I had gotten through that, I would think, oh, well, maybe next time he'll do a mouth massage to me, or it'll just not be the rough sex. I never wanted it to be the rough sex.
And what was rough
Can you
sex
stop?
like?
Just, I need.
Yo, de verdad que. I mean, yo entiendo que a todo el mundo que vea esta serie se le tiene que revolcar el estómago
Definitely. Yeah, watching
y darle
this.
hasta náusea.
Yeah, you can't watch this with a fucking straight face. Like, there's no fucking way that you do not get sick. Just because the thing is, your mind and your body is such a powerful thing that you're imagining it.
For real. You
then it's
cannot just listen to all this crap and not think about it. Or imagine.
And just picturing a baby, because to me, our kids are not past 15, and to me, they're fucking babies. And you just fucking up a life because you can't go get a fucking whore en la esquina. Like, you're fucking sick. Like, you've got to be sick. Like I said, and I will say it again, there's a fucking place in hell for people like that. And then again, they deserve what they fucking got. And I will never say sorry. I will stand fucking behind what I say. They deserve what they fucking got. They deserve nothing fucking less.
Yo no puedo creer que el papá de él like, sea tan bajo de usar los hijos así. Es que hasta decirlo para adelante da náusea, mano. Yo entiendo que... Yo entiendo que,
Your dad is a
yo entiendo que
pedophile.
todo el mundo que vea esta serie debe de sentirse asqueroso o disgusted, como que con náusea o repugnado de escuchar esto. Pero yo siendo hombre en específico, yo no sé, como digo desde el principio, por eso empecé con esa parte, entiendo que todo el mundo debe sentirse así. Pero uno siendo hombre, pensando en su papá, haciéndole eso de vuelta, es como que like, what the fuck.
This is, first of all, it's your house, it's your temple. You're supposed to feel safe here. You have your father, which is that figure that you look up to, that you want to be a model of. Plus, he's literally the hardest person in the fucking world that gives you so much shit about being perfect. Now you understand why these kids never spoke up. Because in their minds, he hates me, this is our special time, and if I say something, I'm not gonna be his favorite. Like that's all, what a brainwashing. It's brainwashing.
Ridículo.
Just hitting and really painful. He would get mean and he would punch me and he was really strong. And I couldn't, I don't know why, but for some reason I just could never hit him back. And it was like when I was little, when I was running away, like it just doesn't work. You can't get out of it. Like he won't stop. You just have to do it. You have to just try to get through it. But the rough sex was.
What?
I'd have to kneel on the headboard, but like at the end of the bed, like the foot of the bed, but like it'd be into my shins, so it'd be stuff to make it hurt. Because he would always say, like, this is what the Greeks did, this is how they toughened themselves up to make things not hurt. So if it hurt, you had to try to get through it. So I'd be inserting objects into my, or like with my penis, like pins, or like he'd cut my leg. Like I've got a scar on my leg because he'd be doing this stuff while I'd be doing the mouth massages to him, and he'd be, you know, just trying to toughen me up. But when he's tying something around your penis like a rope, or like I don't think that's supposed to make someone tough. Like
What is not?
Like that's more kind of like torturing someone.
Yes, Erik.
And I just don't think that's what a father's supposed to.
No, it's not.
Like that's not what you do to someone you. That's what you do to someone you hate, you know.
Erik, you did not deserve
And
that.
he'd call me these like. Sometimes it was what he would say that would somehow hurt even more. Like
what?
Like I just wanted to say to him, like, if I'm such a faggot, then why are you asking me to fuck you in the ass? You know, like that's, you know,
What?
I don't know.
No, what were you
No,
going
I
to
don't.
say?
No, I don't. No.
He has a
And you're supposed to.
He has
I mean,
a point.
like this is a man who did such amazing stuff, you know? Like my dad was an amazing man. I loved him so much. And I still love him so much. And that's why I'm like, I don't want to be in here for the rest of my life. Because, like, to have that thought, laying alone in here in a cell at night, all cooped up in here, and to have that be the thought you're left thinking,
What
like that, like that I love my dad, like that's
He's brainwashed to another level.
like it wasn't the rough sex and the pins and the rope that were the torture, like that would be the torture to still love him.
That's
And
tough to
that's
keep loving someone after
Why
all
Lyle
that.
used to say, you know, Erik, they'd be proud of us. And I'd always agree with him. But then later, I think, I mean, they're not proud that we killed them. But then just the last few days in here, and really since Saturday, like just thinking a lot, it just really occurred to me that
What did?
he probably would, you know? like in heaven right now, he'd be looking down and he'd say, thank you, Erik and Lyle. You know, you did what you had to do to me because what I did to you was really wrong. And I love you. And you took that off my shoulders, or you took that off my soul, or whatever, if that makes sense. I don't know. Or you made me into someone who doesn't do that anymore, is what Lyle meant, and what I mean. So that now I could. Now we can love him again. Really for the first time, because he's not doing that anymore.
I mean, you're damaged to think like that, but I see the point. Like, you're fucked up. To be thinking that way, you are like messed up on the head.
Yeah.
But I see his point.
Yeah.
And why he's thinking like that. Because at the beginning, when they said that, I was like, what the fuck? But now seeing his point of view, and you know, your dad trying to raise you in a way that you have to defend yourself and stand up in your ground and like defend your believing in and all that stuff. Now it's your own dad, but
to a certain extent, I think he took everything. The thing with the way that his dad raised him is, yes, you're right with everything you said, but it doesn't matter who gets hurt in the process, who gets caught up in the process, and he taught him bad ethics. Like, I can understand his point to a certain extent, pero no.
Yo digo que puedo entender el punto de vista de él ahora, después de explicar todo lo que él pasó, el decir como que, mi papá hubiera estado orgulloso de yo haberlo matado, asesinado. Cuando al principio de la serie, cuando lo dijeron, a vos, like, ¿qué carajo? Like, ¿cómo tú puedes pensar eso? Like, y ahora escuchándolo y decirlo para adelante es como que está cabrón que él está tan jodido de la cabeza que piense así, pero puedo entender su punto. Yeah. Porque en realidad se estaba defendiendo y estaba like, defendiendo lo que él quería y lo que debería hacer, ¿me entiendes?
Exacto,
que era su propio papá, pero, you know, se estaba defendiendo. Por eso es que él piensa que el papá estaría orgulloso de él mismo ahora.
Sí, porque sacó cojones.
Exacto.
Wow.
So, that's why I don't want to be here all alone with that thought banging around my head, not without Lyle not here and my friend gone now. What?
Oh, I'm just blown away by you, Erik Menendez.
You don't have, you shouldn't say
No,
that.
I mean it. I really, really do. Really do. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of very impressive people. And you are right at the top. With everything you have been through and what you have had to do and who you are right now telling me all of this. The bravery, Erik. You are just an incredible person. And I just have to say it. And
thank you.
I'm not going to make this about me, but, you know, my father was a fucking son of a bitch.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Abandoned me and my brother. Just this man that I loved told me I was his little princess, and he just dropped off without so much as a word, ran away with another family, and I haven't heard from him in 34 years.
No.
And
I'm so sorry.
Well, thank you. Nothing like yours. I just say that by way of, you know, hearing all of this, which is just mind-boggling, and hearing it, and thank you, is just, you know, you don't have to forgive him. Your father. Okay?
Thank you.
My father wasn't 1/10 of 1/1,000,000th of a percentage as bad as yours. Okay, just no comparison. And my brother, he's forgiven him. You know, he talks to him. But Erik, no fucking way will I forgive him for what he did. Not now, not ever.
And that's okay.
And I just say that because you have that option too.
Correct.
Okay?
Okay.
Because, you know, hearing all this, I just have to keep asking myself and asking you, where was your mother in all of
Fucking
this?
stop.
Well, see, because she...
Okay, but let's not make excuses
he
for
cheated
her.
on her. And Lyle said he walked out on them one time and my dad was raping her.
Okay, well, that's still...
My dad ruined her life, I think. And she would sometimes say, which, well, wasn't
No.
even... She would,
These are your
What?
babies, I'm sorry.
With Lyle, she would sometimes
I would live under a fucking
she'd
bridge.
sometimes get naked.
This is your mother?
Yes, but it wasn't like it was with my dad. She just wanted us to think she had a nice body, and she liked ours, but it was just looking, or, well,
Oye, estaba loca
yeah, it was
también.
just
Yeah, she was nuts.
looking. She would, when I was 16, she started doing this thing where, because I think by then the stuff with Dad was intense, and my mom would do this thing where she would inspect my,
Penis?
yeah, and
Oh my
she'd be
God.
like, why do you shave it all? And I'd be like, no, Dad did that, but I couldn't say that because, well, it was weird because we
How
were
old was
close,
he?
but
Is he
then
saying that
Dad
happened?
also had these
16.
girlfriends, and so I think that
Okay,
she
pause this
also
shit
thought
real
that I
quick.
was.
Pause this shit real quick. You're telling me that your mom is looking at your penis at 16 years old, and he's saying that the dad shaved his penis at 16 years old. I can't even remember the last time. I'm sure my dad looked at me naked when I was like 3. You know what I'm saying? And my mom, well, it's different with moms and girls, but what? Like, what the fuck? 16 years
is
old?
a reach. Like,
And you're
way too much.
inspecting. It's not like, oh, you looked at it like, oh my gosh, or you walked in the bathroom because, you know, like whatever. You walk in the bathroom, oh, sorry, and you keep doing whatever you're doing, but they're there showering, cool, but the curtain. But like inspecting,
Just get
that's
naked,
what a
let me look at it.
pediatrician is for. Like if you, like, no. Your mom is fucking nuts. Was. Algarete.
Too. Like
why?
like that I was sleeping with Dad. So I was I was coming between them.
You were.
And that wasn't ever something that we talked about. Like she would have never said anything. It was just something that you knew but you didn't talk about because that was just our family. But I knew how she felt. And her feeling that way was why I think she like made me get a girlfriend. But she would do the inspections, right? Like she would do these inspections of my, because she was terrified of AIDS. And she would always check me for blisters, like on my penis. And I think it was because it was a way to see if like, you know, because I think she knew that Dad and I were, so that, you know, if one of Dad's girlfriends had something,
Hold
and
on,
then I got it,
I
that
don't-
meant
Okay, I
she
can
could get it.
understand
I want to
that
go
part.
back
No,
first.
no.
I can understand the part of, hey, have you checked yourself? Do you
No.
have anything to say? Not her actually inspecting it. It's more of,
No, because she was doing it for the wrong reasons anyway. Because the whole inspection thing was because she was afraid of
oh, the dad
catching
bringing in.
the AIDS. Because either he could have been like, you know, having sex with somebody,
Yeah.
with a girlfriend, and he can catch it, then pass it to the dad, and the dad pass it to her, or the other way around.
The dad.
The dad pass it to him. Like, it was just fucked up.
That's fucking sick, bro.
So la mamá tenía miedo de que él cogiera SIDA y se lo pegara al papá y el papá se lo pegara a ella, o que el papá cogiera SIDA y se lo pegara a él. Like, so ella lo estaba impresionando por miedo de coger SIDA.
Por ella.
Por ella, para
for
ella.
her gain. Not because I'm actually worried that my kid is getting raped
Thank
by
you.
my fucking husband.
Thank you.
Great.
Second.
Actually, it's not important. Just
But why
forget
did she
that.
think you had AIDS?
No, it's not important,
Yeah,
actually.
but
just
why
forget it.
would she think
I
that?
said it's not important.
No, but
so
I
just
guess
forget it.
what I mean is,
She just wanted to make sure, so she would do those inspections. That's why.
but why would she think you would get AIDS? And before you answer that, I just want to say that I am not your mother, okay? And frankly, I don't like your mother.
Yeah, but
I'm
she was
sorry.
actually-
No,
she-
that's not a mother, Eric.
Thank you.
Okay, and I am a mother. Wasn't the perfect one, I'm sure. Maybe that's why I want another shot at it, okay? But for you to, I mean, I know you loved her.
I do. We were really close. Lyle
I
and
know.
her weren't at all, but me and her, we were.
And a mother is, you know, everyone's gonna love their
Yes,
mother.
and I do.
But for her to have known and to have not intervened.
Yes, because she
No,
was.
but let me just, I'm sorry, let me just
It's
say this and
crazy
we can go
como
back, because
justifican
there were
todavía
a
lo
lot
de
of
ella,
avenues
mano.
that
Yeah,
she could
there's
have
kids
taken
like
there.
that.
Okay? Where she could have gone to the authorities, where she could have said, no, not my sons, you will not abuse my sons, right? And that's a pretty low bar, okay? And she
Thank
didn't
you.
do that.
That's es lo mínimo.
She didn't do any of that. Not because of you, look at me. Not because of you, but because of her. Okay? So for you to, yes, you can love her. Yes, you can sympathize with her. And then I want to ask you something, but I just want to say this to you, and I would say it to Lyle. You deserved better than her. Won't even mention your father, that goes without saying. That man is in a place, is all I'll say. But your mom too. And if what you are saying is true, and what Lyle is saying is true, you deserved better.
That's it.
Okay.
He's
So that's just where I'm
brainwashed.
coming
That's
from.
it. There's no other word for it.
But Erik, can you tell me why she thought you had AIDS? Can you just tell me?
Well, see, this is what's so hard.
What?
Because, I don't know. I don't know what way you are and what way you're supposed to be when that's your childhood. Like when that's what your dad's doing to you, like... Well, I remember one time my mom, she called Lyle and me, and I don't think she meant it, but she screamed at us like, you're sociopaths. And a part of me was like, well, maybe we are sociopaths, but can you blame us if we are when you know what's been happening to us? So like the feelings I have of like sex stuff or
Orientation.
yeah, or that, or like whatever feelings I have, or which way I just...
He was so lost in his
I don't
sexuality.
know if it's me or how I was supposed to be. And that's why she, with the inspections when I was 16, because...
It's okay.
I don't want to say who it was, but I was kind of in love with
Okay.
a boy,
Okay.
or like a teenager like me who was a boy.
Okay.
But it was because I was having sex with my dad, you know, like that's not normal. And that made me not normal. And so he wasn't, he didn't have a dad who did that to him. He was just always that way. But I'm not sure I was, and I'm not sure I am, but like I have those feelings. Like I was
Pero
in
llegó a
love with
tener
someone.
relaciones
And
con él.
this boy, we said we would never say each other's names, and I won't. But when we had sex then, it wasn't like it was with my dad. It was
Nice.
really nice. It was really nice. And in here it was really
He
nice,
doesn't
but
even know
now
he's
it's
gay
Exacto.
because that's what his
Whatever, it doesn't
dad
matter, but-
showed him, or because he was born that way. That's outrageous.
Okay. Okay.
no. I actually I don't think you.
No, I understand.
No, I think you think I'm saying something different than I am. Like, yes, I've done certain things, and so, you know, you're gonna say I'm one way, and you're gonna tell everyone I'm one way, but I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm
So,
actually
See, he's still doubting himself.
no.
I'm not gonna tell anyone.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, I'm just saying I don't know. Okay, I don't know what I am. I can't tell what I am, and I never will be able to tell. Is what I'm saying. And yeah, maybe I am a sociopath, and maybe I should have got AIDS, and maybe I'll only like it this way because with girls, it was like, how could I even know when he's done this to me? When it's been happening for so long, I don't remember when it started. When I can't remember a time when my dad wasn't fucking me. Like, he broke me. I'm a broken person.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. He broke me in two. He cracked
Yes,
me
he is.
in half. I am not a real person.
You
can't
are a
be.
real
When the
person.
only man you want to love does that to you, you stop being real.
You are real.
Stop saying that.
I see his point, and I don't think like she's getting it. Like he's not. I mean, we're not talking about like he's on the Matrix and he's not real. Like real in a sense that it's not him who he was born to be. You know,
Claro.
like a straight person, not sexually, sino que como que mentally, like
Yeah.
sane mentally. He's not who he was supposed to be. Like he's not. He can't.
I totally agree. I think he's so lost in his head right now. that I think he's learning more in jail than what he would ever learned at home, because he just didn't have parents to teach him anything.
That's crazy.
Like, that's just... I'm just in shock. You can
O
just...
sea, él está diciendo que él no se siente que es real, y en ese punto yo lo entiendo porque él no es la persona que él nació para ser. Y no estoy hablando de sexualmente cómo él se sienta, si es gay o no, sino que mentalmente él no está sano y nunca podrá estar sano porque el papá lo rompió y lo destruyó mentalmente. Like, he's not going to be una persona que sí tú puedes salir hacia adelante, pero mentalmente eso siempre va a estar ahí. Like, él, ¿sabe? Cualquier cosa lo puede trigger a despertar ese recuerdo y como que
Claro, no,
tú sabes.
You deal with those traumas. He has to go into a lot of therapy.
Bien cabrón.
Un montón de self-work. Él tiene que trabajar en eso con un terapista y darle con todo, porque son un montón de traumas de diferentes lados. Like, we're not just talking about one parent. It is both your parents. Like, I could never imagine... Thank God he had Lyle at this point. Like, gracias a Dios que él tenía a Lyle, porque es que solo ni me quiero imaginar dónde estuviera ese nene.
Just stop. I am the hurt man.
What is the hurt man?
It's me.
That's the name for yourself.
Yes,
Since when you were little.
for as long as I can remember. That's what I call myself.
Wow.
Since forever. That's always been my name. And it's never gonna end. And it's never gonna not hurt. I shot my mom in the face. And my dad, I think. That's not a normal thing you do. So, I don't know what I am. And I don't think I'll ever know. Is what I realize
A
since
survivor,
Saturday if I
man.
don't get out of here.
I will get you
No,
out
stop.
of here.
Stop saying that.
It's so hard.
I will never really know who I am if I don't get out of here. I'll never know.
Crazy.
So we have Lyle's part, we have Eric's part. I'm just in shock. Like, I'm just in fucking shock. Like,
She obviously never got him out of jail. He's still in jail. Pero I feel like they might.
like,
Yeah.
get out of jail?
Yeah.
Me too.
At this point, with everything that has come up, and I understand because I heard on some other podcast that they had the first trial and it was like a mistrial or something.
Yeah.
And then they had a second one, which in the second one, I think she was the one for the lawyer for the second one,
Yeah.
and they didn't accept a lot of the evidence
Yep.
on the second one.
It was a joke.
It was so bad. And then, but I feel like with everything they went through, it's bad. What they did is horrible. It's and the way they did it was bad. It was horrible.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not like, I don't know, they went to a gas station and they killed somebody like that because
Por joder.
por joder, ¿me entiendes?
Yeah, just because.
It was a fucked up situation.
It was premeditated, but yeah.
Yeah, but they were fucked up mentally. They were bad. They were
The
bad.
thing is, the thing is, because there's no paperwork of them being sick mentally before this, nobody believes you. And the thing is, and this is what gets me every time that we sit down and react to this show, is you have to mentally put yourself in 1990.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, today, it is hard for a woman to come, like,
Forward.
and come forward.
Yes.
Imagine in the 1990s being the son of a powerful piece of shit. I don't even know the word for this man. if he was even that fucking devil in disguise, with 2 boys.
He was
that,
rich and powerful. And
Like-
he was on the spotlight también.
Like, there's no way. Like, how are you just gonna sit down and be like, yes, my dad abuses me, like that, and then having your mom be okay with it in your own home, in your mind? That's okay.
Don't go too far. Look at the guy from Menudo.
Yeah.
He didn't like open up back then. Back then, when it actually happened, he opened up years after.
Yeah.
Why?
He could have opened
Just
up
like you
while
said.
this trial was going on, and
But
he
just
didn't.
like you said, because it was hard back then, you know, you're on the spotlight, like that stuff come out, it you know, it's a bad picture of you. Wish. Oh my God. But my point is that I forgot the name of this girl that she came out a while ago. She got out of jail. Like she's on TikTok making a bunch of videos now.
Really?
That she killed her mom.
Oh, Gypsy Rose.
Yes,
Gypsy
she was free,
But that happened los otros días.
but she was free.
I know. But I think it's because she didn't kill.
Exactly, but
She
that's
wasn't the
stupid. Like
one-
she was the
she
one that
it.
planned everything.
Yeah. But she wasn't the one that actually made the action, and that's
Like-
what happened. And until, you know, it's just different. It's hard. And then again, in the 1990s, there's not much evidence. Like, there's just, I mean, they confess regardless. Like, we know it was them. They know it was them.
Exactly.
Everybody knows it was them. They're just giving us a why we would do it. Now, is that enough for you letting people off free? Then again, I'm a very open-minded person, and I think fucking yes. I think people get what they fucking deserve. I think they were defending themselves. Yes, there are a couple things that made me feel iffy about it, but I'm not going to give my full-on opinion until I see all of this and I see the documentary, which I'm guessing is going to give us a little bit more perspective. So I'm just giving my points of view, like, in each episode.
But my point is that yes, they deserve jail time.
Yeah.
But I feel also that they already did jail
Yeah.
time.
30
30 years.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, it's payback for what they did. And their parents, that was payback for what they did to the kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I
Like,
agree. I agree. I will
If
never-
you put it on a balance of the kid being like, you know what? If I take this on my hands and they give me 20 years, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm
Fuck
still
yeah.
going to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you be like, no, it's going to be a lifetime, that would be like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, no.
Yeah.
Pero back then, there was nothing like, everything like was up in the air. Like, you know, it's tough.
Sí, mano, yo me la estoy en shock. Yo no sé qué, o sea, qué decir. Como que es más como que en el sentido de que no estoy tratando de dar mi opinión hasta que veas el documental y todo. Pero, a mí nada, no sé si le quiero añadir algo. Se me olvidó qué fue lo que dije en inglés, no lo puedo repetir en español otra vez.
Que para mí, por lo menos, yo no sé si que ellos pasen el resto de la vida en la cárcel sería lo correcto, porque dado el caso que, por ejemplo, ¿cómo se llama la nena, dijiste?
Gypsy Rose.
Gypsy Rose. Ella planeó que mataran a la mamá con su novio y todo esto, le dieron yo no sé cuántos años de cárcel y ya salió.
Okay, there's a show on Gypsy Rose too. I haven't watched it. It's called The Act. It's like
Never heard about that
live.
either.
Yeah.
Pero like, you know, if like si ella salió matando a la mamá porque she planned, like, you know, like estos nenes pasaron un infierno ahí, ¿me entiendes? So ellos pagaron.
They're abused kids, regardless of what type of abuse is. Gypsy got, like, she was abused too. Like,
I know.
You don't know the full story, but
I don't know exactly what happened to her,
no,
pero
no.
I know that that was kind of like payback to her mom también, you
Fuck
know?
yeah, her mom was a piece of shit as well.
Pero
in her
then
own
again,
way, but she was a piece of shit.
I mean, like life sentence está como que bien largo. Yo,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
far
20, 30 años, yo siento que es una vida allá adentro. Han vivido más dentro que fuera de la cárcel, so, like, fuck it, okay? Like,
Yeah, give these kids, boys, men.
y mi punto es que ellos no
like that.
mataron a alguien completamente random, ¿me entiendes? No fue como que entraron a una gasolinera o hicieron una masacre por ahí. Fue como que ellos tomaron la justicia en sus propias manos, como ellos pensaron en ese punto. Que está mal, sí, está mal, malísimo, horrible. En la forma que lo hicieron, peor. Pero then again, no fue un acto random, ¿me entiendes? fue a las mismas personas que los estaban haciendo daño a ellos, los destruyeron y todo esto. So, a este punto como que, si pienso que les deben dar otra oportunidad, hasta el capítulo 6, pues maybe, hasta el
Yeah,
capítulo 5, you know. Hay que terminar la serie anyway.
Well, that's it for this episode. See you guys next one.
Chequeamos, corillo.
Bye.